All right, dude. So we got a new year coming up. It's going to be 2012. What are things that we should, as society, start to look at as far as transitioning to that? What kinds of things are going to be changing that you foresee in the future, and what kinds of things do you think we're going to be up against, socially and professionally, economically? Go ahead.
Well, I'm not God or anything first, so sign on speed. I don't control any of that, but where we're going now, where the economy and society as a whole is now, in the future, we have more hard times to look forward to, more hardships, people, scrapping to earn money, doing whatever they can to actually make it as far as that goes, and then you have the richer getting richer, and the poorer getting poorer. The majority of society sits in the middle there somewhere, not poor, not rich, just kind of struggling, living day to day, week to week, paycheck to paycheck, and where is that going to take us? Nowhere, So we as a society as a whole got to come together and actually make the society better in whatever way, the economical standpoint. What are we going to do? How are we going to do that? It's going to take development. We have to develop things. We have to come up with new ideas. We have to look to other places, look to other resources and everything.
Like what?
Around the nations, that are actually more advanced and more established.
Like who?
China, man.
What about China?
They're more advanced. They have a lot more technology than we could ever have. I mean, of course, as far as military and everything like that goes, on that standpoint, we're set.
They got millions of people to feed.
Right?
How do they do all that?
Definitely.
And not go the direction that we've gone.
It's because they're able to control their society as a whole. They're able to put enough resources.
What? The communists?
Could be, right?
What do you think about communism?
It's hard to say. Communism, that's a whole different topic that we're not getting into. But the crazy thing is, 2012, this whole Nostradamus or whatever, how are people going to react to that, man? What's going to happen with that? It says December or whatever, and of course, I don't think, I know that nobody knows the end of the world, but how are people going to react to that? I mean, what's going to be, I think next year, 2012, is definitely going to be a defining moment for many reasons in the American society and
what kind of challenges
in the world
face?
As far as that goes. The same challenges that we're facing today as far as economical society, unemployment rates through the roof, as far as that goes, that's all that we have to look forward to in 2012. But the thing is, all the government taking control over all these major companies, what is that going to lead to? That's going to lead to more hardships because it's going to create a society that's run specifically and only by the government. I mean, people that, have ideas and everything are going to get set aside, and they're not going to be able to do what they want to be able to, make a life-changing, do something life-changing for the entire world. They're not going to be able to because the government's going to have control over everything. And that's not going to lead us anywhere good, as far as that goes. It's just going to lead us to more hard times, more hardships, everything that's coming in 2012. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But I think everybody's going to go crazy. And I think the society as a whole is going to be unstable in many different ways, not just from an economical standpoint, but also from a spiritual standpoint. And they're all going to be uncertain. And I don't know, man. I could definitely see people just going out in the streets and just doing some crazy things just because they're led to do it. Not from a, godly standpoint at all. That's not where that comes from, but some type of spiritual standpoint that's going to take over and it's going to take control over people's lives, and they're going to reach to the point to where all these hard times, hardships that they're going through day in and day out, they're going to have enough of it, and they're going to want to take matters into their own hands. And where's that going to lead us? I don't know. That's all I got for you.
Well, let me ask you this: what do the working class have to look forward to at this point?
Hopefully more working. That's what the working class can look forward to. Worst case is no work, man. Companies going under day in and day out, layoffs going in and day out. the most the working class can have to look forward to is working hard day in and day out to come home with that paycheck, pay 80% of the bills, let the other 20% run over, pay more interest on that, work another 10 years to pay that off.
What do you think about entrepreneurship?
That's the way to go, man. That's the only way to go. You got to take something that nobody else has done.
Like what?
Anything, you know, as far as that goes. Come up with some new idea, some new technical thing that people will find a resource for. People will be able to. This guy in the back is trying to cut me up. Teach them.
Hammer down, bro.
I'm going. But that's what we got to look forward to, man. More working class and everything, but entrepreneurs are what you're going to actually have to be in order to be successful in the new America and where we're actually going, you know, now.
Yeah,
Pat! Keep them.
New America, new money.
New America, new money. What it's all about, man. It's what you got to do to be successful. You got to take an idea, run with it, and put your heart and soul into it. Otherwise, you'll be working for the government, paycheck to paycheck, and going nowhere as far as that goes. That's what the average American working class has to look forward to. Just going in, earning their paycheck, not getting anything from their job, not doing a job that anybody can do, you know, as far as that goes, not putting any of their real talents to use, and just, you know, living day by day, you know, not really having, you know, successful goals or anything like that, just living day in and day out and being okay with it, you know. That's where America's going. We're going to a place where it's going to be content. You're content to fail. Exactly. You're content to fail, and, you know, that's exactly what you're going to do. And entrepreneurs are going to be the ones that's going to be able to lead this country to bigger and better places where, you know, more advanced. But the government's standing in the way of that, so it's going to be a battle every day.
Every day. Well, thanks for that, bro. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the news for the night, America. Coming from my brother, Jay Dizzle.
From
D-Town.
And
gotta rep the D-Town.
A-Town in the house.
All right, we out.